Welcome to the Museum of Art. Thank you for joining me today in this new exhibition that we have titled Vic Muniz Extraordinary. Vic Muniz is a Brazilian-born and New York-based artist who is really playful with his art. He reinterprets and reimagines famous and even iconic artworks that you will recognize. So when you come to this exhibition, you're going to feel familiar to a certain extent with the works on display. But at the same time, you'll notice that something is just slightly off. And I think the designer did an excellent job in suggesting just this playful nature in this almost static-like presentation of his name. Let's now look at a work of art, and I won't tell you what the title is, what the subject is, or even what the medium is. And I want you to try to guess or figure out what it is. We're going to do close-up shots and back up slowly, and you try to figure out what it's about and what it is made of. All right, here's the work. Go ahead and look at that closely. Is there anything that you recognize? How about now, as we start to zoom out, are things coming into focus? Continue to explore and think of famous artworks that he might be referencing. How about now? We're further back still. The work is a large one. We'll continue to back up. Is there anything you can make out at this point? Were you able to guess what it is? Of course, we're looking at Monet's Rouen Cathedral, or one of the 30-plus renditions of that particular Gothic cathedral in France. The funny thing about asking you to try to guess what it is that even when you guess what it is, you're still looking at a blurry, fuzzy work, right? Even when it comes fully into focus. That's the whole idea of Impressionism. And I guess Muniz was intrigued by this because he plays with perspective, he plays with scale, he plays with perception. Now, Rouen Cathedral is an interesting choice of subject for the artist, I think, because there are really several levels of interest. The first is that it is an iconic historical edifice. And in his great book, Americans in Paris, David Culler talks about great Americans, painters, sculptors, writers, statesmen, and medical students that came to Paris in the 19th century, and they all, or many of them, describe in their journals the sensation of encountering this incredible work of art, this cathedral. I think, in a way, Vic Muniz is positioning himself in that history and tries to help us rediscover the work for ourselves. The same thing that Monet did with his 30 versions of the painting, and I have just a few here, and you see how he tried to capture the building at different times of day, under different light conditions, to capture the different color palettes that are reflected on its facade. Now, by the way, here we have the version that it is based on is Gray Day. That's the title of it. Muniz, in a way, introduces a whole new element of art to this work, and that is texture. And yes, Monet looks textured in that he paints quick, thick brushstrokes, but by pouring powdered pigment rather than using oil paint, this work looks fluffy, it looks light, it looks almost like fabric. It looks soft. And that's a great contrast to what the work, that architecture really is. It is hard, it is defined, it is heavy. That is a playful approach that I think he is very aware of. I invite you to come and explore what else Vic Muniz does to confound our expectations, to play with our perceptions, and to delight us with his creative innovations. I hope to see you here at the museum soon. Again, the exhibition runs till about the end of November. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me today.